I am the light I am. I am the light I am. Thank you to my dear friend Beth. She's also a great friend here on YouTube. She often drops her amazing comments. Thank you for sending me this amazing shirt. I am the light I am. Thank you for your kindness. Today I'm going to talk about a sensitive topic. I'm going to talk about reincarnation. Why believing in this topic, which has been researched for so many years, has given me an amazing means of recovering from my trauma, from the trauma I struggled and suffered with in the past. You know, it was only a year ago when I was feeling so despondent, when I was feeling so depressed after so much disappointment, such disheartening results, whilst seeing the hand of evil recuperate, strengthen, become emboldened, become empowered. I've seen evil in my life, and I've seen evil become stronger and strengthened with time, not worse off. It's quite painful, and sometimes I'll let it just be as if it's not there, but it's there. I've seen the hand of evil be rewarded for their evil in my lifetime. And because of it, I knew that there's nowhere for me to turn other than realize that I am the light I am. I chose this path. I chose this life. And because I chose this life, that's why I could carry on living and move on with my life. I talk a lot on my channel about self empowerment. I talk a lot on my channel about noticing the light within me, which nobody could extinguish. And doing that gives me the ability to recuperate, to find strength, to find resilience, and find the deepest means of self empowerment. Recently, I googled the word reincarnation and I came up with Richard Martini. He's a best-selling author of many books about the afterlife, and he says as follows. He says, "You might look at Carol Bauman's work, another student of Stevenson's, who wrote children's past lives. She's been researching and helping parents to come to understand the process for decades. She has written extensively on this topic and is often called upon to help parents navigate what their children are saying. In my case, says Richard Martini, I've been filming people under deep hypnosis talking about the process for over a decade. And the most astonishing thing he writes in this particular thesis is the following point. He says as follows: I've heard numerous hospice care workers talk to their patients and hear, this time I was the mother. Next time I'm going to be the daughter. I have personal knowledge, says Richard Martini, of someone whose mom on her deathbed said, I'll be your mother again, as if she could comprehend what that meant. At the time, I did not, but I do now. So I'm passing this along. You don't have to do all the research. Now you know you chose your mother, and you may choose her again, and she in turn may choose you again. As mother, daughter, sister, brother, that's just in the data. It's really up to you and your mom, of course. She can say, oh dear, no. I had way too much work handling you this most recent lifetime. I don't want to play that role again, but I will play another role for you that has a different outcome so I can learn about that. It's not my theory, says Richard Martini. Opinion or belief. People say these things consistently under deep, deep, deep hypnosis. He says, I've been filming them do this for over a decade. Believe it or don't believe it. That's not my purview, says Richard Martini. I'm just here to report it. You could ignore this information completely, and not everyone signs up to learn how the play ends. But at the very least know that it's up to you and him and her. Powerful message about reincarnation. We consent to this lifetime. We consent to go through what we go through. And that has been the only solace I've had to recover from my trauma, which I struggled with up until a year ago. Up until a year ago, I just saw evil all around me. I just saw pain, tears, suffering, struggle, nastiness all around me. And after that horrible, horrible, heart-wrenching suicide rumor, which was spread by a former friend of mine, I had no choice but to look from within. And I had no choice but to tell those people who couldn't see the forest for the trees, who couldn't see what I had been through in my life. I had to tell them goodbye. I had to bid them farewell. Now, you may wonder, well, I guess Jessica found the concept of reincarnation soon thereafter. Actually, no. It didn't happen soon thereafter. It took me a while. It took me a good few months of deep, deep soul searching when I finally realized that I am the light I am. Thank you, Beth, the amazing friend I have, an amazing YouTuber friend, for dropping your comments so often and sending me this amazing t-shirt. I am the light I am. This has given me such a deep sense of self-empowerment. After struggling through trauma, trials, tribulations, that's the only choice I had left, was to realize that this life is not the be-all, means-all. It can't be. It can't. It just couldn't be any longer. And I am the light. I came here to shine my light. I came here to be a spiritual teacher as well. At the same time, I came here to acknowledge my past and to acknowledge what I have been through, and to acknowledge that I had been through this for a reason, for means of empowerment, and for means of growth. I look back to 4 or 5 years ago, and I realize that 4 or 5 years ago, I was a shadow of myself. I had none of the strength I have today. I had none of the resilience, courage, determination, perseverance that I have today. And so whilst I wouldn't say that I'm happy I've been through what I've been through, although I have said before I would do it all over again, but I would say that I feel extremely empowered knowing that divinity played its role throughout the story. It's the divine, it's God, who decided that this is how it's going to play out for me in order for me to learn amazing lessons, and in order for me to teach to others about divinity, about understanding why it is you might be going through what you're going through, why it is you're going through such a deep, deep, painful, heart-wrenching struggle, and why it is people in this world could be so cruel to you, so awful, so stone cold cruel and nasty. They're just playing out that role which was predestined prior to this incarnation, which was predestined and we contracted to. It gives me such an amazing means of self-preservation, knowing that it's reincarnation. It's what makes me survive. It's what makes me thrive. Remember, I am the light I am. You are the light you are. Repeat after me. I am the light I am. You are the light you are. I forgive myself I forgive. I forgive you I forgive. Feel that. Do you not feel amazing energy? Do you not feel the divine? That's what it's like. When you forgive yourself and you forgive others, it's the divine. You realize that people who act at you in the most cruelest of ways, you just contracted to it prior to this incarnation. You grew from it. They help you find your deepest spark, which was buried in the deepest place within you. I am the light I am. You are the light you are. I forgive you I forgive. I forgive myself I forgive. Powerful stuff. If you enjoy this video, smash that like button. Please feel free to share away with your family, your friends, and acquaintances. This is a very important video, so feel free to share away and share the light and share it and make more light come forward. I look forward to seeing you in my next video. I love you.